For those who want a full in-depth review on the tool itself, this might not be your video. But if you just need to know the key differences and what applications these drills suit, then follow along. I don't have a stool. Let's talk about the drills. Milwaukee M18 Surge and the Milwaukee M18 generation, I don't know, 2, 3, definitely not generation 4. Generation 4 has the LEDs all the way around. Anyways, this is not your typical tool review. After using the M18 Fuel for about 3 years and then switching over and adding on the Surge for the past, I'd say, month and a half, there's some key differences that I believe that you need to know before you purchase them. So first off, the M18 Fuel is a hammer impact. The M18 Fuel Surge is a hydraulic. What does that mean? I'm not sure, but it doesn't use the traditional hammer method in their impacts. So it is essentially quieter. And for the past year, I have done primarily cabinet installs and fine trim work. And I feel like there's a lot of people who don't understand the benefits of the sound with the M18 Fuel Surge. And in this video, I'd like to basically show you exactly what I mean. I want you to hear the differences for yourself. I want you to hear it in a cabinet. I want you to hear it with about 3 different types of screws being drilled into boards. And from there, you can make your own decision. I am not impartial to Milwaukee. I don't follow Milwaukee. I don't do Milwaukee everything. I just so happen to have started out with the kit that had the impact driver and drill for like $400 with 2 batteries and a charger and a hard case. I thought that was awesome. One Black Friday, I want to say it was maybe even less than that, maybe like $380. Anyways, I digress. The only reason I keep on buying Milwaukee stuff is because I keep on needing more batteries. And not that the batteries don't last long enough, it's that I start accumulating the line of tools that all share the batteries. So I needed a cutoff, what do they call it? Multi-tool, that's what I had, multi-tool. So I needed a battery. And then I bought a little handheld vacuum and I needed a battery. And I keep on acquiring these tools because they all work great. The battery life is phenomenal. And I used to use a lot of DeWalt. Hold on, look, here's a DeWalt right here that I use for years. Look at this thing. She's ancient. The battery life sucks. But look at this battery. It has been repaired more times, like that one's missing the zip tie. The bolts have fallen out. I've had to use zip tie and it's been taped several times. I don't even think the spring works properly in the hold down. I was a mechanic, so I used Dum Dum, which is basically like sticky tar, to keep my battery on at one point, but it still works. So I don't necessarily have anything bad to say about DeWalt. I feel like every manufacturer has a decent tool. But this was exactly what I needed working on vehicles on the interior, because I needed something small that I didn't really care how much torque it had. I just needed to have plenty of light and to be able to switch out bits. So, but for those who already have Milwaukee, this is a video that I feel like you need to know about and hear before you go and buy one of these. So before I lose too many of you of my talking, I just want to show you exactly what I mean. We're going to take turns using the same bit. We have 2 Phillips head screws, exterior screws. I have some exterior Torx and some pretty large lags. And we're all going to use the same bit. And I've got a 2x4 and a laminated 3/4 inch ply, or 3/4 inch ply, which could represent the box structure of a cabinet into a stud. And I've got it on my outfeed bench table, which should allow for there to be a realistic noise level instead of doing it straight on the ground, where the noise could be suppressed slightly. So first up, we're going to use Old Faithful. We're going to do one in here, and then we'll do the other one with the Surge. Now with the Surge, so as you can see, they're clearly different drills. It's not this one compared to this one. I believe it's almost like you could compare application instead of power, because obviously this one here rips and tears and sets screws so fast. Now this one seems to be a little bit more delicate, yet still has the same amount of power to be able to set larger screws. As you can see here, there's a little bit more control when setting. This one here just drives the ever-loving crap out of it. This one's just a little bit more careful. And I'll remove these while we're... Like, see that one? That was just fast. Look. Try to do pretty loud. As far as this one. So it's just like ever so gentler, a little less quiet, a little easier on the ears. And I kind of appreciate that, sticking my head inside cabinets all day. And it's less of a jerk in the hands. Like your hands aren't like this one. Feels like if you're using it, especially say I laid like a little 5x8 a deck, and by the end of it my hand was numb because this thing was just shaking and rattling away. This one nearly has no physical vibration, which is fantastic, and I love that. It doesn't wear your hand out after using it all day. Hold on one second. We got an excavator making noise. Anyways, so here's another good example of the Fuel 18 versus the Fuel Surge 18 volt Milwaukee impacts. I'm doing some floating shelves here. I'm sorry for the wobbly video because I've just got my cell phone here. I've got 2 Robertson 3-inch screws, and I'll show you with the regular 18 volt. If I can get a hold on it. Extremely loud. Now, like I said, power horse, that thing will go quickly. I feel like the Surge is a little bit more for finesse. It still has plenty of power, just almost, it's like just different. So it's a lot quieter and just a lot less violent, the Fuel Surge. And that was with the same bit, Robertson bit, or square drive bit. Yeah. So, guess you can make your choice. Which one you like better?